My kind of way to do things these days is just keep it 80%.
Okay.
Like for creativity or whatever.
Yeah.
I've been stuck on trying to make things too good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's natural, no?
You know?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I want to get better at just like creating. And if for the feeling.
Yeah.
And then if it's through that process, my 80% increases. Whereas if I was waiting to get 100% of like whatever is good enough, then I'm not actually growing as a creative person. I'm just kind of like stuck at this.
How do you judge what 80% is?
There's something, that's a good question. Like, it feels good. I reflect on it and I like connect to it. I feel it. And then I catch myself looking for the little things, imperfections, and I say, that's enough.
Okay.
Like, let it go, keep going.
Okay.
And I think at some point in my craft, whatever my craft is, that 80% will maybe shift to 90 or higher if I'm trying to really like showcase something or
focus.
create something or share it with the world.
Yeah.
But in the process, that like 80% is like keeping me going, that creative spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool.
So I don't know if you have a similar process.
I've done it all, man. I've done from like just, when I first started writing, I made the mistake of reading Stephen King's like On Writing. That guy's like a maniac. He writes like 5,000 books a week.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, write 2,000 words every day. And I was like, fuck. I was like, okay, I guess this is it now. I guess I got to write 2,000 words every day. And yeah, when I first kind of like dedicated myself to writing, I was trying to do that, like write 1,000 words every day, let's say. And yeah, it just made me so miserable. I was so stressed and so just anxious every day. Like even if there was a rare day when I hit 1,000 words, I would have about 10 minutes of relief and then think, fuck, I need to do that tomorrow, And this constant, like, just a goal that just doesn't work for you as a person, you know?
Yeah.
Not really knowing yourself, not really knowing your flow. And then from there, I just tried different stuff, man. I tried like, okay, 800 word count, 3 hours, years and years went by. And eventually I figured that for me, what works is not like a set limit. It's just give myself the space to produce whatever's going to come that day.
Yeah.
So that space is like, it could be an hour. So if I'm normally and this is what I do now, I work an hour every day on my creative thing. And in that hour, if nothing happens, totally cool. And then if 10 words happen, totally cool. If 500 words happen, totally cool. And just that, having that space is, and I hear a lot of artists say this, it's like space for failure.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to fail.
Right.
So like, okay, I can sit here for an hour and it's totally cool if nothing happens. And that just takes away all the anxiety and all the stress. And then from there, 1,000 words can come.
Right. In that hour.
Whereas
before you're like pushing through
5 hours
and like
of, like
stressing.
What am I at? No shit, I need to do 700 words in another 3 hours. And so just having space to like, it's like allow it to flow through you,
What's the feeling state difference between when you have an hour a day but no expectation of outcome? How does that feel versus when you have your outcome based?
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned already there's like this anxiety.
So
versus...
lack of fear. There's no fear. Takes away because I think fear is really what kills creativity, So on a positive sense, it's a really meditative sort of space. It does feel like a spiritual practice for me in a way.
Yeah.
Like this time is just time for me to connect with also myself, but something beyond myself, get beyond my daily thoughts, go to the creative source, and the creative source is, could be the creative source of everything,
Sure.
Go to something deep. And the feeling of just communing with the creative space in me it's like kind of like a shower, you know.
Mm.
It's like refreshing.
Mm.
So even if I am sitting there thinking for an hour, you know, or I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm not sure about this, not sure about this. Just doing that is kind of like, yeah, this is like stepping out of yourself, you know, stepping out of your daily mind into something that's more restorative.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like this like space. When you sit down for this space, like, are you having an intention of what you want to write, or does
Yeah.
it depend on the day?
Yeah.
Or like, are you?
So, what I normally have a project I'm working on. So, recently or for the last year, it's been short stories. So
Okay.
I'm putting together a book of short stories, and I almost always have a short story idea because I've been amassing them for years, and I was too scared to tackle them. So this last year is me just facing the stories that I was too scared to write, because I'm like, oh shit, that's a good idea. But then I'm like, oh fuck, that's a good idea. You know, like, in one sense you think, am I good enough to pull that off?
Yeah.
Can I make that idea? Can I do justice to the idea, to the
Sure.
concept? And do I have the discipline? Do I have the dedication to really make it? Am I willing to go through the process of
Right,
it, you
right.
know, the work process to make it happen? But yeah, when you find out that you always do if you just go through it. So that's why the hour thing is like why I set the hour, because that hour could be fucking painful, you know, because I'm trying to figure shit out. It's not like, oh, the hour's like easy breezy. Like sometimes it's great,
Yeah.
but many times it's like I'm stuck in the mud, you know.
Sure.
I think for me anyway, especially at the start of any new project, let's say any new story for me, I'm going to have 3 days of where I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know what's happening here. I have no idea. Like, oh, let me try that. Okay, no, that's no good. 3 days of wheels turning, 3 could be 4 days, you know, we're just sitting there like, But I always find if you're willing to go through that, you get the result.
Does it kind of like feel like it unblocks or something, like something flows?
Yeah.
When you have this like story idea, I'm so curious, like this, like, does it come as, do you know how it's going to end?
No, never. That's
See, what you have these ideas you want to bring into the world.
like,
What's that like?
It's like a situation.
Okay.
So, what? Like I'll observe something, you know, and then I'll exaggerate it.
Okay.
So
Like a real life example.
Yeah,
like you
mostly-
notice something in life, and then
Yeah.
that brings the story.
Yeah, so one story I wrote was about this woman. She starts getting haunted by one of her past lives. But one of her past lives is like so diametrically the opposite of her. So she's like this young, liberal, you know, party woman, and her past life is a Russian Orthodox Christian.
Wow.
And it's like they're, you know, and it starts to haunt her, and but then she's also playing out this relationship. That came from, I had this experience one time when I was doing yoga. I was stoned. It's like one of the only times I've done yoga stoned, and I had this thought of another personality came into my mind,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Fuck, that was weird." Like it came with a name, you know, Igor. I said, "Who the fuck is Igor?" But I was like, "Okay, that's interesting. That's like a story idea."
Yeah.
Or just like social observations. So at Shambhala one year, I noticed a lot of animosity. No, it wasn't I noticed it. I discovered there's a lot of animosity between hippies and ravers. So there was Shambhala one year, and they were putting on, the ravers were putting on a rave party, like the second last night of Shambhala.
Right.
I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh great, there's going to be a rave party. So I was speaking to some of the Shambhala people. I said, are you guys going to go to the rave party? Oh, their emotion chain. No, absolutely not. I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, I don't think it's cool actually, they're taking people away. I was like, okay, interesting. So yeah, just little things like that, you know, I'm like, oh, that could be quite
Yeah.
funny and stuff like that.
When you start writing these stories, how does it affect the way you experience life? Because I feel like what I create shapes how I listen and what I'm tuned into.
Yeah.
And like, does that affect, like, are you observing with a different eye?
Because a lot of my things are experiences I have previously witnessed, you know,
Yeah.
like things that are almost in a way real to me, I'm more calling on the past. You know, my stories are more coming from a place of past rather than present. And I find that almost in a way, the more time between what happened, the more I can get out of it, because I have space to be creative rather than just remember exactly what happened. You know, so if I'm using like an example on one of my stories from, let's say a party I went to.
Yeah.
If I remember what actually happened at that party, I'll just write that and it's boring. But if I really forgot the details, you know, and I just know the general incident that happened,
Sure.
I'll populate that with other shit that's happened in my life or shit in my subconscious that I don't even know I've picked up, you know? But my daily life is, you know, I'm like a batshit crazy, like spiritual practicing guy doing lots and lots of shit.
Yeah.
So that, it's more like the life impacts the writing rather than the writing impacts the life.
Sure.
So because like I get very reverential towards life, kind of like what you were saying at the start, and very like aware and awe and devotional towards the divinity of this experience of life. So I see kind of my time writing as a kind of offering to life to move through me, you know? So, but you're totally right in that I'm always listening and looking for little interesting things, but normally I won't use them until quite a bit later. They sort of need to go on the shelf to marinate for a while.
Sure. Yeah. Like the essence has to be absorbed.
Yeah.
But then the details have to be
Expunged.
taken away. Like, because then, like you said, just recreating that.
Yeah, because that's what I tried to do that, you know, first when I was writing. Write like what was currently happening to me.
Like see the coffee shop interaction and write something about that
Yeah,
day or
and
something.
it's fucking miserable, man. I just went through this, man. And it wasn't that fun then, and it's certainly not fun now, you know.
It's like a journal entry instead of a story.
Yeah, and it's like, and I never liked journaling because I have a tendency to over detail.
Okay.
So I'm like, I have to get everything in. I have to write, you know. And I think that really goes against creativity, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to be too real,
Too precise.
Yeah,
right?
too precise, precision.
It almost seems like the art I like to consume has a sense of vagueness. I was at my family has a book club, and we read A Psalm for the Wild Built, a nice story about some robots in the future.
Okay.
And my grandfather's a lawyer, and he was trying to find out, what does this book mean?
Okay.
What is the exact thing the author is trying to tell us?
Yeah.
And everyone else in the family was interpreting it through their lens of experience.
Yeah.
And it's like, I enjoy offering something and then seeing how others interpret my offering.
Yeah.
And if you have a sense of vagueness or it's not trying to be too clear, if like, I want this message to come out from my story.
Yeah.
Does that resonate with you? Do you
Yeah,
have the same-
100%. You can't be preaching.
Yeah.
Like, and I obviously done that at the start. Okay, I'm going to write about this. I'm going to use this analogy because it's super fucking smart.
Right.
And you sound like a dick, first of all, man. You know, it's so obvious. It's so contrived, and you're not being true to the story. You know, you're trying to impinge your perception onto the story. I think this is where it's kind of like this link with like reverence in life. Like you're allowing the story to unfold itself to you. You're just the person to listen to the story, because the story is coming from your subconscious, and your subconscious is linked to, you know, the everything. So if you can shut up and allow that to speak to you, it's like the same thing with life. If you can allow life to direct you, it's going to give you so much better and so much more than you could have imagined if you were planning it.
Right.
The story's the same. If you're like, okay, no, you write your scene by scene. I think for me that's so not the way to go.
Yeah.
If you have it all mapped out, because then you're like, okay, this all has to happen. But if you just have scene one, or you start, and then you're like, okay, let's see where this is going to take me. It will take you, so much more interesting places.
It's almost like you're like surprised as you go.
Wow,
Like
always.
like it's the channeling from here through you.
Always, man.
And like that's what's fun about
That's the
creating,
joy.
right?
That's
it's
the joy.
like, oh shit, this just happened.
Yeah.
I have this when dancing, and it's like
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'm there. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Like whatever. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's allowing like, something more than your mind to
Right.
work through you. You
Right.
know, your mind is just the kind of funnel for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I heard a very good analogy of a writer talking about it. It's like taking a trip through the fog, and you have a flashlight,
Mm.
and you can only see the first step, the next step, and you can
Cool.
only see the next step.
Cool.
And eventually that will get you to the end, and it will be so much more rich than.
Right. So these life things about your 5-year plan,
Yeah.
it's like scratch
Yeah,
that, throw
yeah,
that out.
yeah.
It's like just take the next step.
That's that, man. Yeah.
How do you value what's good or not when you're creating something? Does that cross your mind or?
Try not to when I'm only after when I'm editing.
Okay, you have different stages.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So first I will write the story, and the story takes me a long time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, like first draft take me something like 2 months.
Okay.
Just cause slow writer, and they're long stories. You know, they always end up something like 15,000 words or something like that.
Okay.
You know,
I have no reference for what that means.
like 15 pages or something.
Okay.
So they're pretty long.
50.
Shorts. 15. 1-5.
1-5. Okay.
1-5. But yeah, I'm a slow writer, and I made peace with that. You know, I went, okay, this is my way to do it. And yeah, when I'm writing, it's just write it, you know, and get it out. I seen something that said, first make it exist, then make it good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I normally do is like I'll write the first draft, and the first draft is like I know it's going to be shit. It's okay. It's just to get a general, structure sort of thing, just to know where we're going. And then over the first draft normally takes something like a month, and then the second month is me fixing the first draft, making it good. Third, fourth, sometimes it can be up to 6, 7.
Wow.
Sometimes it's small changes, but usually it's like, no, this part doesn't work.
Right.
Let me take that out. This part doesn't work. Let me take that out. This part's a bit shit. And then once it's normally I need to put it down for like, right now I'm just editing. I've done about half the book, so I've got 5 stories done, and I'm editing the last 2 years worth of stories. So some of the stories I hadn't looked at for like 18 months, let's say.
Wow.
And that's a really good process, because then you can kind of detach from it.
Right.
Because first of all, when you've been writing on it so much, you're sick of it in a way, but you're also too in it, and you're too emotionally attached to it. You're like, oh, this is amazing because I've worked so hard on this,
Right. Yeah.
So taking a sort of time to let it go and come back to it is normally what I do.
Are you ever surprised by what you come back to and like, wow, I wrote that?
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like, whoa.
really cool. That's what I've been doing recently, like looking at these stories, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be a slog. Like I'm going to come back to this, and they're going to be bullshit.
Yeah.
So I think it's like 4 stories. 3 of them I was really impressed with, and one of them I was like, this is quite shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, I'll take that, man.
Yeah. It's good odds.
I'll take that.
We'll take it.
But yeah, it's a nice feeling to think, oh wow, I actually wrote that. But I also found that doesn't necessarily translate to the outside world. And this is
Okay.
more what I found with poetry, because I write a lot of poetry as well. And I think I'm probably a much more skilled short story writer than I am poet. Or this is just, the reason why I say that is because when I've sent my poetry out, it gets rejected. Rejections, publishers. And it's stuff that I thought, that's fucking great. I'm really, really proud of this. But also when I perform poetry, when I tell people my poetry, they're always, very, very receptive, very sometimes blown away, very positive about it. And I perform quite a lot. And I performed in many different aspects, many different settings, with many different disciplines, and people are always super, super receptive to it. But then that doesn't translate to publishers.
Yeah.
So I know there's kind of like a shifting dynamic between what translates in one setting doesn't necessarily translate to another setting. But yeah, the reason why I'm saying that is because I haven't really sent much stories out to get for like published reviews, but I'm kind of prepared now that, okay, maybe I think this great, but someone else might not think
Sure,
it's great.
sure.
You know?
Yeah. And then I guess the vice versa can happen. You don't think it's great.
Yeah.
And someone else is like, I love this. Like, wow, that was my worst story.
Yeah, that's.
And it has the
I've
most.
just experienced that. So, and it's kind of, I need to send stuff out to publishers now. This is why I've been, doing this, because there's one story I shared. I have like one friend I shared my stories to.
Yeah.
He's a Russian guy, so doesn't pull any punches. He's very open to criticizing me. And I sent him, that's one story in particular. He's like, yeah, I really, really liked it. It was great. And I sent him 2 stories after them. And the one he thought was great, when I went back and read, was the one I thought wasn't that good. And the 2 stories he didn't like, I thought were the best stories I'd wrote. So things are so subjective,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not sure whether this is something I'm still trying to figure out, whether professional opinion or professional standards have merit,
Sure.
They have merit in terms of you want to make money, but
Yeah.
I think the goal of creativity should be creativity,
Yeah. And if it provides for a financial gain,
Yeah.
a bonus.
Yeah.
But it's not the driving force, right?
Yeah, it's, my life is all about creating more time so I can be more creative,
Okay.
Having more time that feeds into, well, before it was just about the creativity, but now it's more about life as a package for me, being creative, be connected, be, able to be in service, receptive of life.
Sure. Yeah.
And it kind of before it was just all about, no, writing. But I kind of graduated beyond that to see that, no, there's something more than what you do,
How does it show up in the practical? Like when you say like your whole life is
An
this
hour a day,
creative thing.
an hour a day, like rather than me spend my whole day trying to juice it for as much time that I can be writing or reading.
Sure.
Because I was doing that before. I was either writing or reading. Now it's like, okay, I have my my hour for my write. That's like my work,
Yeah.
and the rest of the day is, or when I'm not working, is spontaneous.
Sure.
Spontaneity.
So when I hear spontaneity, it's like that can be a huge range,
Yeah.
right? You can end up at some random person's house at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Or you can have like a set range of spontaneity.
Mm-hmm.
When you're going through life with spontaneity,
Mm-hmm.
what guides your choices? How do you choose, like, engage with this person,
Intuition,
disengage?
instinct.
Intuition, instinct?
Yeah, cultivating that.
Uh-huh.
I have a lot of that through spiritual practice and through cultivation through sort of that, and listening to life. Life speaks to you, man,
Yeah.
very directly if you're willing to see it and tuning into that. And that's what I've learned these last kind of 6 months, to listen.
Okay, what's an example of listening? Is it like signs, the repetition, or
Yeah, there can be signs. There can be very spooky, crazy signs. There can be listening to how you actually feel, like listening to how, okay, I think about doing that. My mind wants to do that, but how does my body actually feel about doing that? And listening to, like, again, it's kind of more body, like the energetic pull towards something.
Yeah,
Okay, like,
yeah.
oh, I actually want to do that, Listening also simple things like practice with weather,
yeah,
how's the weather how's the traffic that day, like everything from, miraculous, this thing just popped up and I was just talking about that, okay, that's a sign, to, weather, and I think it's the whole package, man,
the magic to the mundane,
Yeah.
right? This whole
Yeah.
spectrum, it's like, it can be a big sign or a small sign.
Yeah.
I'm reading 2 different books right now, and there's a character in each book that is missing a left arm.
Okay, wow.
And like,
That's why
I don't know what that means,
cool,
but it's
man.
like, how does that happen? Like,
when I get a sign and I don't know what it means, I'm like, oh, this is just a sign that I'm on the right path.
Yeah, nice.
Like, this is just like a little, okay, no, it's good. Synchronicity is just
Yes.
a little.
It's
thumbs up.
almost like the listening happens, and that if I can listen and take action before I can justify it,
Yeah.
that's when it's something that's happening, right?
Yeah.
Like we met in the field
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, let's talk.
Yeah.
And it didn't like I didn't plan it, I didn't think about it. It's
Yeah.
just something I wanted to happen,
Yeah.
and it's happening now.
Yeah.
It's like, how can I?
It's like listening every moment, right? Like
Right.
every moment. Okay, what's the action I'm kind of being inspired to do here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think the more and more you can be less, almost, I don't want to say constructive, like, but the less and less contrived about that, the more and more the magic comes in, you know?
Can you expand on that? I don't quite get that.
So, like, rather than me thinking, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna go here and have, I'm gonna go to this coffee shop and I'm gonna read this book, and I'm going to do this because this book's gonna feed back to this story.
Okay. Yeah.
Just be like, okay, I get up in the morning. Some structure, some routine's good, but then still having space for spontaneity to happen. So, okay, rather than me plan what I'm going to do tomorrow afternoon, let me wait until tomorrow afternoon comes and then
Yes.
just do what I feel like doing.
Yes.
You know? And it sounds so simple, like just kind of do what you feel like in a way, but I think we're so conditioned not to trust ourselves.
Yeah.
And to be like, oh no, you have to, always check yourself.
What's your plan?
Yeah.
What is this? What's the result of this action?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
How did
It's
it
like,
contribute to this? you know?
Right. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, it's just open. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm trying these days to really watch my energy
Mm-hmm.
and like my physical bodied energy.
Yeah.
And how can I lay down for 20 minutes if I'm tired instead of pushing through
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
man.
like being productive
Yeah.
or doing something to have 2 hours,
Yeah.
use it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been really helpful for that kind of ease and intuition.
Yeah, man. It's like once you, that is exactly this perfect example. It's like when you listen, when you take action to be there for your body, let's say,
Yeah.
it will speak to you. But oh, you're listening to me. Okay, cool. Then I can actually start speaking to you because
Yeah.
you were just ignoring me for fucking 5 years. You know?
I've been shouting at you and
Yeah.
you're just pushing through.
It's kind of like, this is where it gets into the Indian stuff I'm into. It's like the kind of male, feminine, masculine, feminine. So like the mind and the energetic body. So
Yeah.
like the mind is male and the feminine is the energetic body. And we are such a patriarchal culture and all the rest of it. Manipulative male will manipulative male mind will manipulate the body to do
Yeah.
its bidding. But really the body is the mother. The body is the gateway,
Yeah.
So it should be the opposite. It should be the male serving the female of the body.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you need right now? How can I help?
Right.
Um,
Not throwing out the mind, but using the mind to tend to the
Yes.
needs.
Yes.
And then you have to know what the needs are.
Yeah.
And that involves listening, a practice or something like
Like
this.
just like and it's like anything. Once you start to do it, I feel like the feedbacks, because life supports you, man. And life's with you, and your body wants to support you.
Yeah.
So if you take the one step, it will take rush 10 towards you. So it's like, what you talked about, simply, I'm tired, I'm going to lie down for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That like wins the trust of your body, of your energy, of your intuition.
Yeah.
And then it can start telling you the big secrets, the
Yeah.
big important stuff.
Right.
That's when the magic starts to come in.
Yeah. What happens when things are, and this is kind of maybe moving from creativity to life in general, when you're following this intuition, this life, and life is shit?
Something bad happens.
Yeah.
That's the test.
Yeah.
That's the trust.
And what's the, I guess the response is according to the situation, right? How can you listen to that situation?
Yeah.
How do you use the mind to tend to that need? Or
Yeah, it's like, for me, it's like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. This is what's good for me, even though I can't see it. It's trusting life to give you what you need rather than what you want.
yeah,
So like, okay, I want everything to be easy breezy, nice, and but no growth there. There's
Yeah.
no lesson
Yeah.
there. There's
Yeah.
no development. So it's this trust of, again, it's like life is the mother to be ushering you into the situation that's actually best for you, even if that is a difficult
right.
situation.
Uncomfortable,
Yeah.
negative, all
Yeah.
these things that we're trying to run away from. But
Yes.
actually, those things
are the most.
They're human,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
It's natural.
Yeah, and that's where the most developed growth happens, you know?
Uh-huh. When you're sitting that uncomfortableness, do you allow it to persist? Or are you trying to change it? Or I guess it also depends.
Depends. Yeah, this is something that I am learning. Something I'm still figuring out. That's difficult to. What I'm trying to do now is to allow it to run its course.
Cool.
This is just the stage. I don't know if that's the right way to do, but right now it's like, yeah, just trust that. Okay, it's gonna figure itself out.
Yeah.
And just try and be okay with the situation.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Different if like maybe like if something's. I think you again this is with intuition. If you know something is like bad for you, if you're being manipulated, if you're being brutalized, then you act on that. You know. And I think it's also like trusting yourself. Oh no, I know that I can protect myself if I need to protect myself.
Mm-hmm.
But do I really need to protect myself here?
Like you've given yourself the freedom to act when you need to.
Yeah.
But that freedom then allows you to be with something longer and actually feel it for longer.
Yes.
And then that gives you space, ease.
Yeah.
Like there's a peace within the discomfort.
Yes.
Is that
that's
how it
pretty
works?
much. I like, okay, I know that I can pull the cord here if I like break the glass sort of thing, but do I really need to be doing that?
Right.
And that comes from many, many years of kind of always being someone trying to change the situation, never feeling right, and always, okay, let me change, and it never working, you know? So I'm only going to the opposite now just because I know one way of always being, you know, this person, fix it, and then feeling worse. So
even if the environment changes, the feeling doesn't switch.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
So then it's like, okay, let me try the opposite now, man, you know?
The fix it is the here, right?
Yeah, fix it.
And the allowing is down the here.
Yeah. Fixing is like fixing my response to it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling bad. What can I do right now to change that?
Yeah.
Maybe just be with it.
Be with it, yeah. It's listening. Yeah, again, it's like listening. It's like, okay. What does it feel like? What can I do to... I think another thing as well is if something doesn't feel good, how can I process this, you know? How can I not push it away, but how can I like digest it, sort of thing?
Can you give me a concrete example? It doesn't have to be anything crazy or big. It could be something small or...
So if there is like a feeling of uneasiness, like body tension or something, like, okay, maybe I need to, because I do a lot of dancing as well, maybe I need to do some shaking and some dancing to unblock that, you know? Rather than, okay, like, fuck, this doesn't feel good, let me like try and just take my mind off it, you know, let me try and escape from it.
Yeah.
Let me, you know, kind of use it in a way. Like, I always call it like burn with it, you know, it's fuel sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that kind of, you know, this is where all this kind of stuff is so paradoxical, because it's like, oh, you're accepting it, but then you're trying to burn it. Like, what? But it's like, everything is, you know, an ongoing process, you know, everything is an ever unchanging process. And where we get stuck is we get blocked because we resist. We resist. So if you don't resist something, if you like fully take it in, you burn it up and it's not a problem, sort of thing, you know? Right. And
even like naming it as what it is, right? Like, oh wow, I'm so super anxious this morning.
Yeah.
Like even that kind of eases the anxiety.
Yeah. You're like, okay, I know what this is.
Yeah.
So, it's like, okay, in that instance, I can do something and not necessarily think, okay, this has to work to get rid of this, you know? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a call to action. Right. And if that works, great. If it doesn't work, then it's okay.
Right. So you're doing the action because there's something leading to the action.
Yeah.
It's not to get the results.
Yes.
And this is how you do your creative process as well.
This is it.
And so it's like that same thing of, can I be called when there's action?
Yeah.
Can I step into it, that next step?
Yeah.
But the end result is not my control.
100%, man.
That's cool. That's cool.
And this is how, like, I believe like everything is a microcosm of spiritual, whatever, you know, life. And I think the more you can align those things, the more you can get in tune, you know?
Right.
So how I live my relationship is how I have my, how my relationship with spirituality, how
Yes.
I, tend to my romantic relationship, how I do my job,
Yeah.
how I tend to my friendships,
Yeah.
how I, do my writing, all kind of the same, I don't want to say, the same criterion, the same lessons, the same
Process,
yeah,
kind
the
of
same
like
process.
right. You're not kind of categorizing like when I'm
Yeah.
dancing, I'm doing this. When
Yeah.
I'm writing, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
When I'm talking to a stranger,
Yeah.
it's all the same kind of.
It's all like an interaction with the divine, let's
Yeah.
say,
Yeah. And when you start to see divine in everything,
Yeah.
how does that change your experience of life? I mean, that's the question.
This is trust.
Yeah.
Brings trust.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, like this is the divine showing up here.
Yeah.
So, okay, let me trust this, Let
Cool.
me, act accordingly, sort of thing, Rather than me trying to again impinge my desire on this. Let me try and impinge what I think that I deserve on this.
Sure.
What I want to grasp from this.
Right.
Okay, what's this giving me,
Right. It's listening and watching instead of controlling.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Almost allowing yourself to be the puppet,
Yeah.
but really then embodying that puppetness.
Yeah.
And when that happens, then the puppet master is like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're so responsive.
Yes.
Let me show you."
Exactly, bro. That's the
Yeah.
that's like the cheat code.
In my dance class on Tuesday, the focus was shifting attention from where I'm going to where I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the sensational experience is now,
Yeah.
the going is happening.
Yes, man. That's exactly
The going is
what I'm talking about.
happening,
Exactly what I'm
and now
talking
I'm along for the ride,
Yeah.
and the ride becomes beautiful.
Yeah, that's
Even with the pain and joys and all this. Yeah.
that's a microcosm, of
Uh-huh.
the spiritual path.
Yeah.
Can I just be with what is now
Yeah.
rather than projecting in the future?
Right.
And that's why that's kind of what I said earlier. The more and more you can just root into that and not be where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going?
Right.
Where am I going?
Right.
Where am I now? And then
Yeah. Cool.
I think so much of your. I mean, this is like the stereotype of mindfulness and everything. Oh, just be present, be present. But these are examples of how that is truth. That is true. That in the present moment you are in a way liberated. You are,
Sure.
because if you're not thinking about the future, not thinking about the past, you're normally good.
Right.
You're normally not. You're normally not there.
And the moment you are not thinking of those things are distinctly different.
Yes.
And you thought, I thought this was it before,
Yeah.
but now this is it now.
This is it now. And it's normally in those moments when you are just the process of what's going on. So you're watching the movie and you're just so into the movie, you forget everything. You're watching the sunset, you're
Right.
watching you're having a conversation with someone.
Yeah.
And this is also the big part of why I do the writing, because it's my kind of guarantee to experience that. When I'm writing,
Cool.
during that 1 hour, almost every single time, there will at least be a slice of it when I'm not in the future, I'm not in the past. It's the biggest, most guaranteed route into the present moment.
So even like that hour of writing is your spiritual practice,
Yeah.
is one of your spiritual practices that is like very potent for you.
Yes. It's almost the most potent
Yeah.
for coming into the present moment. And then all the other shit I do, like, I do a lot and I do with enthusiasm. It's
Sure.
hard to maintain. Like
Right.
this presence, because the mind is so, my mind especially, such a thinker, overthinker, so cerebral. But because I'm using the mind to engage with something, it's like dissolves.
Yeah.
And that dissolving, that's why I say it's like a shower.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's so good. Like, and then that really does charge up the rest of my day. If I do that,
Right.
I can go on the rest of my day with more presence, with
Yeah.
more focus. You feel better, man.
Is there like a sense of high is the wrong word, but there's a sense of change
Yeah.
state, right?
Yeah,
And
for
like you have this hour, and then after that, if you've touched God, then
Yeah.
you've changed state, and you're just
Yeah.
like, wow, there's a joy, there's a
That's it.
engagement.
And even if the hour's painful, after it,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you feel like you just worked out in a way, you know?
Cool.
So you just exercised that kind of post run high, let's say.
How so your writing process started trying to follow someone else's way, right? Stephen King, 2,000 words a day, whatever it was. And that was shit for you, and it's hard, difficult, all these things. What was the process for you to go from that to your process now? You mentioned a couple of different pathways, but like
Just trying different stuff, just nothing working, being frustrated, being unhappy. When it changed for me was I got a collaborative project. So I was working with someone else, and there's this book I was telling you about. So I worked, my friend's an illustrator, and he said, oh yeah, like let's do a book together. So he gave me 10 drawings, and he was like, yeah, write a poem for these 10 drawings. And first of all, having something that size, I was like, right, okay, this is going to take so much time where I have to learn how to enjoy this. Like, I cannot be like making myself miserable because this is like a big process. Because even before then, I'd still writing short stories, and I was starting to get the hang of, making it enjoyable, but it still wasn't. I was still very much fixed up. This should be good. This should be good. This should be good. But just something about that process. Again, I maybe think it's because I was working with someone else, because I knew it was going to be something large. I was like, no, let me just. I think it is well for this because it was so deep. Because I knew I had researching stuff. It was about spirituality, like mythology, folklore. I had to read books about mythology and folklore, and because I was like, in a way, it was almost such a daunting process where I'm like, okay, I can't have expectation over strict timelines here. I have to just slowly chew it. And when I made that decision, it was just a big shift. I was like, oh, okay, so I actually don't have any deadlines. Like, these deadlines are just what I'm making up for myself for some strange reason, And yeah, just from there, I was like, okay, I'm making the decision here that I am only going to do what feels good to do that day. I'm only going to do what is possible for me to do that day. And I forget about how long it takes.
Yeah.
And then doing that, I was like, okay, this is so joyful. This is so fun.
Taking this like anxious state of creation or this like stress-based motivation to action because I have to do it, releasing that and allowing then how long it takes.
Yeah. That changes to like, oh, I get to do this. And yeah, it's a good question. Like, why specifically that project? So I'm kind of trying to figure that out as I'm talking.
Sure.
I think it's because I was so engaged with the stuff that I was working on. I'm really interested in folklore and mythology, and it was about Asian culture. Like, I was like, I don't really want to rush through this. I was like, this is actually really, really fun to do this. Like, I'm reading this book, and then I get to use this book to write the poem, and that kind of full total process made me like, oh no, maybe I should actually take my time with this, Yeah, I think it was that kind of total engagement.
Yeah. Total engagement. It sounds like pleasure as well as involved.
Yeah.
Like you allowed yourself to enjoy it versus trying to enjoy it if you did it.
Yes.
And like that's a difference there.
That's the key.
Like,
and even when I wrote a good story, the process was so painful. I was like, what was the point in that?
Sure.
What was the point in that 2 months? It was so painful for that 2 months just to get this one thing finished. And I like it, but that liking will last about an hour.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'll start thinking about the next thing. So it has to be. The pleasure, the joy has to be the criterion, man.
The pleasure of life as a motivator for action is something that we're not really taught about. Yeah. It's so counter of our Western culture, at least, of bringing up of like it's always this delayed gratification.
Yeah.
And I bought into that lie
of course, man.
for a long time. and releasing that is like, wow.
How did that come for you? That release, that kind of deprogramming,
Yeah, it's still happening,
of course.
but it's like physical sensation of pleasure
Okay.
when I'm dancing,
Okay.
and I'm in the moment of like really being joyful. And
Yeah.
dance is amazing because there's no hierarchy,
Yep.
and it's non-competitive.
Mm-hmm.
At least the dance form I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and also it's very rarely recorded.
Yep.
So I went for 3 years of dancing without ever witnessing myself dance.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't about
Image and
the form, the
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and like the result. Once the dance is done, it's gone.
yeah.
And so it was all about the feeling of it.
Yeah. Isn't that fascinating how an experience can have so much truth in it that it ruptures your whole thought process?
Yeah.
That's again like that's why I say the mother is the body.
Yeah.
You know, because that's truth. You know, your mind can make up all these stories, but when you experience that aspect of truth,
Yeah.
without your mind even coming into it,
Right.
that wisdom just gets sent out along the network,
Yeah.
and suddenly everything starts to change.
Yeah. Okay, this is a question I have about like when you consume art.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm reading a poet or a book or listening to someone's song and I feel, they've touched it.
Mm-hmm.
Other times I read something like, I don't know if they've touched it. You know,
Mhm.
this essence of God or
Yeah.
creation or whatever this is.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I'll read something. I like this creative act, Rick Rubin,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you read him, but it's spirituality and creativity mixed together.
Wow, that's cool.
It's really cool.
That's really cool. read that.
And I read a passage, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he gets it. He gets it. You know, or I read a poem and like it's vague, and I'm like, oh, I get it. And then
Yeah.
the next poem from the same poet, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But like, there's something of my body recognizes truth
Mhm.
when it receives it. Do you
Mhm.
have that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that can also come down to what you subjectively resonate with. You know, like if you're into God and spirituality, certain poets are going to talk to you. But maybe some people aren't so into that. Maybe they're more into, you know, mechanics, or they're
Sure.
into, you know, sociology.
Sure.
Those sociology poets will be like, "Fuck, this person knows," you know.
Good point. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, and I'm the type of guy who's into this the spirit, the God stuff, you know. So I think yes, so much is about what speaks to you,
Uh-huh.
you know, and
Uh-huh.
what's kind of like a gateway for you. But I believe it's all coming from the same place.
Right. Yeah. And we're just like allowing that to be.
Yeah, it's like what puts you in touch with wonder, with awe, sort of thing, man. You know, some people might. Yeah, like it's the thing about poetry is interesting. People can use many different types of language, you know, metaphors. Like people use biology as a language, chemistry as a language,
Right, right.
architecture as a language,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and all of those can be divine in a way. You know, like they're channeling something, but it's just done in a very more subversive or unconventional manner.
Yeah. Art shows up everywhere.
Yeah.
Even in the way you walk into a coffee shop can be artful, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to live in a way that it's free. I'm living my freedom in a way to offer others people's access to their freedom.
Yeah.
And not trying to like copy me,
Yeah.
but copy the essence of the freedom, and like what we create is like an invitation to others to bring in that same.
Yeah. It's like Bukowski's got that poem about art, about
I don't know it.
oh, it's great. I'll send it to you.
Sure.
It's one of him reading it, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, what can be an art? Like taking a walk can be an art. Fighting can be an art. There's always Bukowski in it, and it's like very, you know, there's a lot of like gritty, like dirty language and stuff. Loving can be an art, you know, and his way of talking about it's so great. Everything from like, you know, I think he talks about like picking up the milk off the street can be art. You know, art is what as he says, art is doing a dangerous thing with style.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. Yeah, because there's a certain style when you're doing that thing.
Yeah.
And you're only doing that thing, right? You're present with it.
Yeah.
And that style shows up according to your own body preferences whatever.
Yeah.
But you can recognize it.
Yeah.
This person gets it. Something.
Yeah. And I think that's it's presence.
Yeah.
If you're present with it, then that's where the more style comes in.
Maybe I want to kind of finish this conversation about presence. Okay. What's your path towards presence in your own life? Like, how did it start? And when did you start noticing it and then cultivating it in different practices?
Yeah.
I'm really curious about an individual's experience towards presence.
Yes. So presence came for me as an antidote to pain.
Okay.
So anxiety, but just a lot of pain, depression, misery, not feeling good, a lot of that throughout my childhood and throughout my younger years. So doing all the things you do to try and escape that. And finding that in drugs.
Yeah.
So trying to escape through drugs and then having certain flashes of presence, you know, and I hate to be a stereotype, but then I remember one time I took acid, and it's like, oh fuck. And I remember one time very specifically, I had this situation. I was super stressed out about this girl who was coming, and was it going to work? Was it not going to work? And I was on acid, and I just heard this voice just saying, everything's going to be okay. Like, whatever happens is meant to happen. And that feeling was just so fucking beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That really sparked something off in me. And from there I was like, I think I've got quite good natural intelligence where something in me was like, okay, you have to find a way to do this without drugs.
Sure.
So this desire to heal, to get better, So that's how I started to do yoga. Was the first thing I done. And then from yoga I went into meditation, like just mindfulness to TM, TM to Kundalini, and just kind of everything working a little bit,
Sure.
but not outweighing the pain, like the pain still being the most predominant thing. And then just keep going, man, keep new practices, new healing, trying massage, then getting lots of massage done, and just it's like, if they always say, like, if your heart's true, if you really, you'll find the way, man, So just like going from one thing to the next, and things getting a little better, but still, not quite enough. And then I sort of had like a really, really big change, like maybe like a year and a half ago. I got really, really sick. My stomach like completely just like caved in, and I couldn't eat anything. I could barely drink anything. I went down to something like 58 kilos.
Wow.
I was just losing weight. But and like throughout this, with these years, especially since I'd moved to Thailand, I haven't moved to Thailand since. Throughout your life, you have little periods where things are great. You have this sense of trust. You have this sense of, oh, I've arrived, I've made it, and something specific can usher that in, something big, cataclysmic event, or it just comes out of a state of grace, like, oh wow, everything's working really well right now. Mostly we feel it easily when we're traveling, we're traveling and we're in the present moment, and then we want to take that back to our normal life, but we can't. But I'd been having flashes of them, like 3 weeks, bliss, presence, gone. Next time 4 weeks. But when this thing happened with my stomach, and it was really severe, and I tried every type of healing, Western doctor, Chinese medicine, Thai medicine, Reiki, massage, nothing was working. I had such a sense of like peace, and like such a sense of like no worry. Wow. I was totally at peace, totally at ease, and I was like, okay, I think what's happening is supposed to happen to me right now. So this stomach was getting worse and worse and worse, and this is how I end up like I found my guru through this. And just this time, this Indian teacher guy's videos started coming on my YouTube, and he was talking about one thing, and about 80% of what I've said to you today, I've just took from him, man.
Sure.
And the video just really resonated with me. And I started watching more of his videos, and then he had like an online ashram thing. So I joined the online ashram thing, and I started doing one of his practices. It's like an Osho practice, because he was one of Osho's, he lived in the commune with Osho for 15 years or something, when he was really young. It's this shaking, dancing, lying down. You know it?
I don't know it, but those are things I enjoy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like you do that to release your energy, right?
Sure.
Activate your energy, and then express it, and then bring it back down. So I was doing this practice where I was sick, you know. I was like, okay, let me try this, and I wrote into the chat. I was like, okay, I'm doing this practice. Up here feels super open, but down my body I'm having a stomach problem. I told him all the stuff. He got back to me right away. He said, stop doing the shaking dancing practice. Do this mantra every day, Ganesha mantra. Within 2 weeks of doing that mantra, I happened to find some medicine that stopped my stomach being a critical situation, that at least allowed me to not worried I was going to die, you know?
Sure, yeah.
And then over the course of 6 months, things got better, and my stomach got better and better, and my health got better and better. So I was like, fuck, this guy knows some shit. So I trusted him at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, what this guy says, I trust completely. And just doing more and more of his practices, I've just more and more realms of joy, more and more realms of trust, acceptance, healing. And not just healing, but like real joy, man. Like spontaneous joy, like feeling great in the moment. And so much of it is with the body, working with the body, like shaking, chanting, dancing. So his two main stuff was like writing out your mind.
Yeah.
And then doing some like stuff to like clear it out.
Yeah.
Clear out the mind, and then clear out the body.
Right.
And then once you've cleared all the stuff out, then you start like cultivating and stuff, man.
And naturally the body and mind move towards health.
Yes.
When you take the things away,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
The limitations, the beliefs, the expectations. Cool. I really want to like connect to that process. Moving towards presence took many steps along the way, trying different practices, helping.
Yeah.
A very large drop in physical health.
Yes.
Acceptance.
Yeah.
Coming across something, trusting, trying, taking action to reach out,
Yes.
because that's big too.
Yeah.
Following that advice,
Yeah.
and then seeing the physical change, and then the growth from there.
Yeah. It's like the listening came first, like, oh, this guy's, but it's like you're being helped all the way, you know, these videos just suddenly start appearing, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can listen to it, you can then act accordingly, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you take the one leg, life takes 9 steps, you take 1 step,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's kind of that push and pull. But I think the most important thing, like my story is quite specific, you know. I found this certain guy, but I think the most important thing, I think a universal thing, is like dedication, you know, to, okay, I actually want to get better.
Right.
I actually want to grow, you know?
Right.
And then that is doing the right things, but also not doing the wrong things. And I think what not doing the wrong things with me is I was still doing drugs sometimes. That's when the stomach thing came in. I was doing all these spiritual practices and eating healthy and exercising, but I was still doing drugs.
Yeah.
And I think the stomach thing is what I needed to. That was like the two things just couldn't go on in different directions anymore.
Wow.
So it was like, okay, and it's the body is like, oh, fuck, I'm going to have to show you. And
Right, yeah,
I'm
it's
going to
like-
have to take you to the edge of death for you to fucking learn.
Do you not see all the signs?
Yeah.
How the presence is actually the thing helping you?
Yeah.
And you're like, well, the drugs help me get to presence.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but
Once-
it's not the way to
Yeah.
presence. Is within.
Yeah.
Because the drugs are a path. It's a shortcut.
Yeah, shortcut.
But we don't want to live on the shortcut all the time. We
Yeah.
don't want to live off sugar all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
And,
it's
'cause
like,
and then there's the payoff for it, you know? It's not like sustainable, it's not healthy.
yeah.
It's like the cheat code, you know, but the cheat code comes with the payback.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, okay, so it's like the lesson comes in, you know? And it's like, okay, am I going to listen? Because I didn't take drugs again, but I slowed my recovery because I drank a few times again, you know? I drank and then stomach just deteriorated.
Wow.
And
So
then-
it was a very clear.
Right
hey,
away, man. Right away.
Come on now.
Yeah. Like, is it, oh, we were getting better? No, you have to learn again, you know, because
Wow.
I am like a baby anyway, man, you know, like, it takes me so long to learn the lesson.
Sure.
I
I think we all are like
Yeah.
that though, honestly, and we don't share it as much.
Mhm.
We don't share those little bits of like, yeah, well, this is happening. It was the drugs. It was great, and
Yeah.
it wasn't good. The same input has different effect based on where we are in life.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, telling somebody to stop drinking maybe not be what they need at their
Yeah.
point in life.
Yeah.
Maybe they need to feel how bad drinking feels.
This is it, man. Like,
It's-
this is why, like, comes back to, okay, maybe you need the pain now.
Right, right. And you needed that really deep stomach
Yeah,
issue
yeah.
to really shift your perspective on.
Totally.
How does this? I know I said I was going to finish, but I have this
It's
other
okay,
question.
No rush.
How is your relationship with desire around drugs or altered states?
That's the best thing. Now, the joy that I used to feel when I was, you know, on ecstasy dancing,
Yeah.
I can feel that almost every day doing my spiritual practice,
Yeah.
or doing Tai Chi, and then, you know, doing Tai Chi out in nature.
Yeah.
Feeling after, I feel, wow, I feel, because we're just wanting to feel energy, we just
Yeah.
want to feel like release.
Yeah,
So if you can cultivate the way to do that sober,
Right.
it's free drugs, man.
right.
Free drug with no come down.
Yeah,
And I'm still got like the junkie in me,
Uh-huh.
so that's why I hammer my spiritual practices. I'm
Right.
like, fuck, this feels amazing.
to keep you feeling like recognizing that state. Like,
Yeah.
I have this within. I have this within.
Yeah, yeah.
Are there cravings still?
Rarely. They
Really?
still come some to certain situations, but at first there was loads. But
Uh-huh.
the more and more I spent more time doing the healthy, joyful stuff,
Sure.
it took away the cravings for the non-healthy, joyful stuff.
Yeah.
There's times where I just want to feel normal, like the rest of my friends, you know? It's
Yeah.
more this idea like you want to feel connection.
Sure.
But I know the price for that is not worth it, you know? And I still can't. And then, like, if you stick with it, the more you can still feel connected with other people, you know? Like, because your joy and your energy is at such an expansive state,
Right.
it doesn't need the extra boost from something else.
Sure. Wow. Do you think? I mean, I was gonna talk. I was gonna ask about the future, but I don't want to ask that question because,
You can ask, man.
well, it's like, are altered states through drugs completely off
For
your
me?
mind, or is it part of like? Is it like a clear no?
For me, it's just now, it's a clear no.
Yeah.
I'm open to that changing.
Sure. That's what I thought was gonna
Yeah.
be the answer. It's like, yeah, for now, of course,
Yeah.
but in the future, who knows?
Something comes along that's, yeah. But yeah, I think for now it's not helpful for me. It's the opposite.
Yeah. This whole process is like hearing the stories along the way,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm curious. Like you've shared your creative process, your stories of presence,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I've enjoyed this here. And I'm
Mhm.
curious for anyone watching,
Mm-hmm.
advice or a whisper
Yeah.
or some kind of sign
Mm-hmm.
towards other people finding their way.
Yeah.
What would be something that you would give to them? Or maybe give to yourself 10 years ago? That's an easier question.
Yeah. Joy is the biggest indicator of where you should go, what you should do. But also being brave enough, or being not even brave enough, just being aware enough to realize what's not bringing you joy. What did you what used to maybe bring you joy but doesn't bring you anymore? What is sold as a package brings you joy, but doesn't really. So awareness around, okay, this actually makes me feel joyful, and this I just believe to make me feel joyful.
Sure. The
Follow-
holistic joy,
Yeah.
like the real
Follow the joy.
follow the joy.
Yeah.
I love it. Wow. Thank you.
Pleasure, man.
What a blessing. Like
Absolute
really,
pleasure,
like,
man.
yeah. No idea this is going to come from here. So like
Yeah.
very blessed.
Oh, yeah, it was, an auspicious meeting.
Yes. The universe is pushing this together to happen, right?
man. Always, yeah, for sure.
Cool.
I jumped to the bathroom, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
On the right?
The left one there.